Hello, folks. Chris here. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I know I am, because I'm here with you, about to read off the fine folks who give us money on Patreon. And I've said it enough times now that I think you know where to look if you want to become a supporter as well. And if you don't, cool, man. Totally rad. Just happy that you're listening to the episode, and we hope you guys are enjoying it. So, let's jump into it. Here we go. We got Taylor. We got Drowrin. We got Miles, we got Randy, we got Yam, we got Colby, we got Thomas, we got Randy G, we got Laszlo, and we have a newcomer, Hovo. I don't know how you want me to say that, so H-O-V-O, thank you. I'm going to keep saying Hovo, and message me if you have another name that you want to go by. Cool. That's all I got. Keep it short, sweet, and let y'all get into this episode, because things are going to get really crazy really quick, and I'm excited. We are going to be recording again here soon, and, it's going to be beautiful. So, that's all I got. Laters.
Welcome, weary dreamscape travelers, to Nighttime Island Radio. The only place where sleepy eludes you and dreamy pastures are always on the horizon. I will be your shepherd this evening, and you can call me Little Whispers. Just listen to my voice, and I will regale you of tales not your own, and hardships far, far away. Now just sit back, and let your mind wander, my sheep. Lo and behold, our agents quickly realize that they are now stuck in whatever devilish plan that Frederick Mallows has set forth, and there may or may not be a way out alive. The agents wake up in room 237 and quickly start to piece together that this day is the same day as the day prior, and they feel just a little bit drained of their energy. They quickly leave the room to confront Kevin and the sheriff in front of the hemlock and discover that Kevin possesses all of his fingers once again. No hard feelings, I guess. With this new information, they decide it would be prudent to investigate room 137, only to find that the room is entirely empty, save for a trap door underneath a lone rug with a numpad ready for a key code of some kind. Unfortunately, that does mean that the agents must acquire the artifacts once again from their designated places around the island. Grabbing the hotel key from Kevin's, they also task him with the job of getting the drum and the flute, then set off to find the bell, which they believe to be located at the last Setman's house, Lenore Graves. After a bit of a scuffle with Duffy, Lenore is sedated and the agents are able to acquire the bell. All the pieces are coming together, but as the saying goes, not every puzzle is intended to be solved. Some are in place to test your limits, others are, in fact, not puzzles at all. Sweet dreams, my little flock. Until next time.
Hello, my little turtle doll.
Suka bliet. Hello.
Yeah, we're doing things today. We're tired. It's daylight savings time, so you have to forgive us. We were minus 1 hour again.
Yeah, I feel like nobody talked about it. Like usually, I feel like I hear about it in like the week leading up to it. no idea what's happening.
Yeah.
Until it just happened and I wake up all fucked up.
desensitized.
I really just wish the state would get rid of it.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Like,
Arizona's
so
got it right.
Yeah.
They got that one thing right.
Yeah.
The one thing.
Arizona's a festering shithole of shitholes.
Yeah.
So
I do have a friend
much.
that lives in Arizona, and sometimes she goes on a walk every so often. She sends me like these skeletons that she finds on the walk, and she's like, I don't know what this is.
at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
It's so fucking...
And it's just like something that died and just like decayed, and all these bones are everywhere. And I'm like, I don't know what that is. What the fuck
What
is
is
that?
that? Ew, what is that?
Yeah, my parents live there, so I have to go there at least twice a year.
Yeah. I have family
So
there.
it's not bad during
cheap.
like the January is not terrible, but during the summer it's whew.
Yeah, I hear like December and January, it's just like a constant 80, 85.
Yeah, it wasn't terrible.
Right.
It was just like, I don't know.
No, I love wearing sweaters. That's against my nature. I cannot be
Yeah, totally.
in Arizona and want to wear sweaters. I would just die. I have sadness.
You can own like a drug lord mansion for like $200,000
Yeah.
there.
At what cost?
Yeah.
My
Yeah,
favorite
living in
thing
the desert.
of Arizona was we were driving last time we went to go visit my dad and them. My parents, I should say. My parents are still married. I don't know. I just said my dad there. That's a weird thing. So we're driving to go to lunch at this place that is essentially like a old, like tiny Western town that they built into like a restaurant.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a bunch of outbuildings, and then in the middle there's like a bunch of tables, and it's pretty good food. But we're going there, and we drive past a guy on the side of the road selling ammo. Like,
but just
selling ammo
Local
on the side of the road.
blueberries and
like
Yeah,
where, like where you'd see people like selling
sell
flowers.
oranges.
yeah,
Yeah.
fruit,
Well, fruit.
flowers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he just had a table full of ammo.
That's
And
awesome.
my sister-in-law made a comment about it. She's like, wow, they just sell. He was like, well, Dad's like, yeah, I mean, why wouldn't they? It's like,
Right.
It's so weird.
It's opportunistic buying,
Okay.
right? You get your
Okay.
gas, you get your
I
whatever
remember-
donuts, and then you
Right.
get bullets.
yeah.
I remember
Were they
driving through.
just loose bullets?
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
a
No, I mean,
bucket?
they were like boxes. I mean, they might have had like a scoop your own gun
Yes.
bullets. I don't fucking know.
It's just random
It's
bullets.
one of those
yeah.
like candy crane machines. Like, dips down. And,
Oh, right. So we last left off last week. And we have to say last week, not that we just recorded
Right,
it.
yep. Time travel.
You found the bell at Lenore's house.
We did.
She got a little uppity. Bitch got uppity. We gotta
Yeah,
put that bitch in her place with sedative legally.
she got so uppity that she stabbed me.
She did stab you, and it was just like a little scratch, though. You're fine. I didn't even make you roll for or how
I
much hit.
appreciate that. Yeah.
But I mean, you're fine. It's not gonna do anything. It wasn't
You're
poison.
fine.
She's
Yeah,
not
that's
into
what
that.
I was worried about. Like that freaking ritual poison on there.
No, she's just old lady wanting to protect her
yeah.
property.
For sure.
But yeah, so I'd say around this time of day, it's about 11:30. You guys got the bell. Where are you heading off now?
I think it has to be the radio station, right?
Well, you wanted to check her house real quick for that
Oh,
recorder,
yes,
right?
thank you.
Oh, yeah.
So we're thorough in the interest of thorough searching. We're still looking for that item. We have no idea where it is. It's the tape recorder. It's the one that's missing from the green box, as in one of the 3 items that's moved by itself, i.e. West is moving it. So yeah, looking for the tape recorder. So I'd kind of want to find an opportunity to just do a thorough search. Maybe ask the caretaker, like, hey, have you seen like a tape recorder? Maybe a weird one that just kind of showed up.
I mean, she's already kind of
Yeah,
exacerbated.
if you help us out, we won't tell the police how you're mistreating this old woman.
I mean, also she took a bribe to do this, so we have that
Yeah.
on top of her.
Well, she didn't take your bribe. She said she had to get uppity for her to be able to give her the
So she
sedative.
didn't take the $100 bill?
She did not.
Wow.
Hold on, I'm gonna take it back.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't take it from you. You don't have to take it back. She didn't take it.
I offered it to her.
Yeah, but she
rescinds
didn't-
the offer.
She'd go put it in her purse, so when the cops show up, you'd be like, I don't know.
Yeah,
She
yeah.
took $100.
I don't know how
from
she
it.
got this crisp new hundo. Yeah.
If she doesn't like the old lady, she's not gonna like punch the old lady like you guys.
Yeah.
But
I don't know
Hey,
why
we
we
didn't
didn't.
punch her.
Yeah, nobody punched her yet.
Yeah.
you wanted to.
Absolutely.
You
But
want
don't-
us to.
I
You
mean,
made this after a
yeah,
person you don't
specific
like.
person
Yeah.
you don't
You're
like.
putting your spite into her.
Yeah.
My grandma
And
was a
taunting us.
cunt.
Yeah, just write for bribe on
I'm
the
gonna-
$100 bill.
Next time around, when we have to do this on a speed run, I'm just going to snap her arms like twigs, grab the bell, and run.
We can outrun her. We don't even
Oh,
need to.
yeah.
Like some in intermittent times during this campaign from now on, I'm going to insert just like tiny little snippets of my grandmother, so you guys can tell that this was like a horrible person. Tiny little snippet. My grandmother was kicked out of Australia, the entire continent, because she was married to 4 different men and collecting war bonds from each one of them. She can never return to Australia. That was one snippet.
That's real.
I got more.
Yeah,
I got
that's
more.
why
That
she has.
is fantastic.
My grandma would steal people's identities, write checks in their name.
Oh, mine did that
shit.
too. Let's continue.
Holy shit! What is it
That's
with
great.
grandmas? Damn.
I got more stories. I'll just put them in there.
So,
It'll be fun.
if you think Misha's being too harsh on Lenore Graves here, she's not. Trust me.
Good. Okay, so you guys. Okay, you spend
So, yeah.
a little bit of time. You ask around. You see if there's any tape recorder. It's a really small house. You just got the one bedroom, the kitchen, living room. So it wouldn't take you much time. But it's still about 11:30. That sounds fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
Meredith doesn't know anything about tape recorder.
Cool. I also just want to do, I don't know if this was done already, I want to do it personally, where we took the bell and it had the symbol inside the bell, so we believe this is the right one. I just want to look at the ones around that to make sure there aren't two with a symbol.
Oh, yeah, sure. Yeah, you take a little bit of time. You look on the inside of each one.
Cool.
You don't see anyone.
Cool. Good.
Just the one.
And Ijo does.
And how?
Yeah.
Okay, so you leave.
Hey, Bear.
You leave Lenore Graves' house. Where is your next mission? Or where do you want to go?
I think I need to go to the History Museum.
History Museum?
And talk to Flora.
Flora.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
Mallow sister.
All right, are you all going or are you
So
splitting
I
up?
think this is where we can maybe safely, I don't know, what other people think. I'm down to stay together, but like this is one of those times where like, cool, if we want to hit up two different places, we can do that again,
mean, I'm
do it
down
2x2.
Where's the other place we want to hit up?
So that would be the radio station, which is, nearby.
Okay. Yeah. I'm down with that.
Yeah, I'm down.
Who wants to go with
Together?
what?
Sure. Yeah.
Duffy and I.
I'll go to the radio station.
Sure. Then, yeah, we'll go to the History Museum. Perfect.
All right. All right, so Strauss and Ace for the History Museum. And then we got Acid Reflux.
Just make sure to look for a recorder while you're there, too.
Nope. Don't do my live my life.
All right, who wants to go first?
Want to roll for it? If it's
Yeah, go ahead.
odds for us. Okay, so we're first.
You're
Definitely,
first?
yep.
All right.
All right. We'll pop out back or up front or whatever.
Okay, it's about noon. Since you guys are sharing a car, I'm assuming the other guys just drop you off and they go to the History Museum. They're kind of close-ish. It won't take much time from one, or it's, about 10 minutes max if you have a car.
In fact, I almost think, I don't know how you want to do this, but the History Museum's closer to our place, so it almost seems like we would drop them off and then we would drive to the radio station.
That's fine.
If that
This is happening
real
on
time.
long sign, so it doesn't really matter too much.
Okay.
So outside the radio station, it's just one of those like cool trailers with like one of those big giant radio like satellite dishes on the top, there's just like one entrance and there's like a car that would tow it, like a truck on one side, and then it's just kind of in this like nice little cove that's surrounded by like rocks and stuff. So nice little shelter from the elements. And you hear like voices coming from voice coming from the inside. But yeah, you pull up. Yeah. Go.
Oh, I just realized that. I just realized that the recording would repeat because we're on the same day, but that doesn't mean that the person doing the recording is like in stuck time world necessarily. Well, no, she did say, that's right. She did say like where the time always is the same. Oh, I totally forgot about that.
Oh, yeah. And she is part of the church. Or she was when it was happening.
Well,
Well,
her grandfather.
was at least. Yeah, good point.
Oh.
Yeah, Herman Pruitt was her grandfather. He was the flautist, and she's Sarah Pruitt.
How did I fuck that up? I thought it was her.
Oh,
Okay.
it's all good, yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, here, I have this, just in case you want to look, just to review.
Oh.
And I got the relationships kind of spelled out there, too, which is kind of cool. So...
I know, I did a family tree shit. It's like I was planning this for almost a year.
Yeah. Okay, so yeah, we get there, and we're just, like, approaching the outside.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just looks like a normal, one of those fancy silver trailers. Yeah.
Okay, Oh, it's like a trailer.
Yeah, it's like a trailer. Yeah, like a movable little,
Gotcha.
like a
Right.
conspiracy theorist
Yeah.
trailer.
Okay, got it. So it's not like a building with a satellite. It's like
Nah.
Yeah, that's awesome. Okay. And do we see anything on the outside? Should I do like a alertness roll or anything? Like, hey, what?
You
know?
can,
Okay, sure. Yeah. Is there anything just kind of going on? Just want to be alert. I am not alert. 64 over 40.
You don't say anything.
Okay. All right. So I guess we just approach. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, you approach, you knock on the door.
Yes.
And then Who knocks on the door?
I guess I would let.
Duffy will knock.
Okay, you knock on the door. Just to let everyone know, I based this character off of McCarthy, the actress Melissa McCarthy from Bridesmaids.
Perfect.
I apologize in advance, Cody. This is going to be harder on me than it's going to be for you.
Okay.
Since you knocked on the door, she sees you.
Wait, no. It's,
Duffy knocked.
Knocked on the door. Okay. Opens the door. She looks at Duffy, and she's like, well. What will the Tons say if they saw me unchaperoned with 2 amazing cocktails at my trailer? What can I do for you guys?
And I imagine Duffy has like big like aviator sunglasses, and he kind of like puts his arm up against the door and kind of tilts his sunglasses down. And he's like,
Nice.
"Ooh." He's like, wow, nobody told me that the radio host would be so beautiful. Damn, oh my goodness.
You definitely. I like you. Oh, where are you guys? What is the pleasure of your company? What can I do for you?
Well, we are from the Coast Guard. I'm sure you heard about that terrible
Coast Guard
fire.
What you strapping?
And he like lifts up his shirt and he like flashes his gun. And he's like, nothing crazy today.
Standard issue.
That'll get the job done. You have any more? You got some strap on your back and between the butt cheeks. Put a little hole in the pocket. Have them around the thigh.
He's like, well, I put the big one in between my butt.
Oh, man of class, I see. Man of class. Yep. Ooh, all right. Well, come on in, guys. Come on in. I'm on a radio. It's a break, as they say in the radio station industry. All right. She comes in and she's like wearing khakis and that's the pants, not the New York's way of saying car keys.
Khakis.
And she's wearing sandals with socks and like a vest, like a cargo vest with like all the pockets and like a t-shirt. So you go into the trailer and you see, like, on the left-hand side, there's, like, her station. So there's, like, a whole bunch of, like, knobs and dials, and I keep hitting my face on this thing. There's, like, knobs and dials, and there's some, like, you know, how she would, like, control the settings and everything. And then and if you glance along the interior of the trailer, you see that like someone lives here. There's like a little tiny mini fridge, maybe like a little place to like cook food, and you see like a cot, and on the ground next to the door you see a broken tape recorder.
Yeah.
And on the far side of this trailer you see a decrepit parrot, barely has any more feathers, sleeping on this perch. And on the perch, there's a little wooden sign that's burned in a name, Topanga.
Oh.
And she sits down and she pulls up like little tiny little stools for you guys. And Sarah just kind of like puts her leg and she kind of does like that, you know, obese person flip the leg onto the table kind of thing. And she's just like, got a little ham hock for you. She like slaps her thigh. She's like, fresh out of the oven.
What the hell?
Oh, yeah. What can I do for you guys? What can I do for you guys? And she looks at Acid Reflux and she's just like, where are you from? You're a little European cocktail.
I'm from, and I'm just kind of, I don't know. I think I'm like acting weird to her because she's all sex positive and I'm a little overwhelmed by that.
She kind of like winks at you and she's like,
yeah.
Hey, bud.
Yeah.
Hey,
and
bud.
I'm like, I got a Desert Eagle. That's my gun.
A little Desert Eagle. I know nothing little
It's like
about
fucking
that.
huge.
Yeah, it's massive. Yeah, it's way too big for me. Like, I play Counter Strike, and that's the gun we use. So, yeah.
She's just like, color me impressed, son. Color me impressed.
Yep.
You need my number.
Yep.
Yeah. I like to take you out to brunch, eat you up.
So I kind of grab the tape recorder. I'm like, you know this?
Oh my god, you're so adorable. Okay. This character is supposed to like throw you off guard, so I'm like, I'm loving it. Okay. And she's just like, yeah, that. Some asshole broke into my trailer, left that on and on repeat. Took me forever to teach my parrot how to say, what happened to my hands? Now she just says what that was on repeat. Fucking annoying. Whoever broke into my trailer is a goddamn idiot.
What did it say?
And she just, like, looks at Topanga, and she's like, look alive! And then, like, she tosses, like, a little cracker at Topanga, and, like, she wakes up and, like, grabs the cracker. And then Topanga just kind of, like, looks around, like she's alert now. And Sarah's just like, what'd it say, Topanga? And then Topanga just, like, looks around, like, chomps on the cracker. And she's like, 14713! Wes says 17413! Wes says.
So you said the first time, did you say 14713?
Oh, sorry. I may have changed it. Well, it's 17413.
Okay,
That's what it is.
Yeah. Okay, so she said that twice. The parrot said that twice. 17413.
Yes.
Okay, perfect. Damn. Oh, this
Nice.
is cracking it wide open.
Yep.
I know. All right. So she asked the parrot, look alive, and then the parrot just said that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I say, good job, Topanga. That was good. Good job.
Yeah, and I'll say hello, Topanga. I'm going to make it known that I say hello. That's what the note said, right? Say hello.
It said compliment Topanga.
Compliment
Okay,
Topanga.
yeah.
I'm going to say, Topanga, that's a beautiful name.
Topanga just, like, looks at you, and she just repeats the 17413,
I did what I
17413.
needed to do.
Yeah, like,
When-
she's like, Wes says 17413, Wes says. And then
Interesting that it's West says.
So yeah, the parrot actually says Wes.
Wes says.
Gotcha.
And then, yeah, Sarah was just like, you know what? I got some advice for you guys. Your mom takes you to the pet store when you're 6 and says, choose any pet. Don't get a goddamn pet that will outlast you. Because that's exactly what Topanga's doing to me right now.
That's so depressing.
It took me 5 years. 5 years to teach her how to say, where are my hands?
Why are you so concerned with her saying, where are my hands?
Because it's like, she used to be human. It's just funny. It's just like, where are my hands?
Oh, I see. I get it.
Yeah. It's just funny.
For a second, I thought you were saying that she actually used to be human.
No. That's Bobby's quack. Nothing interesting ever happens here. Ever. It's just the same over, except for that goddamn hotel. I gotta tell you, none of those hot college guys will look at me. And that's a shame, because they're all beautiful.
Yeah.
Every single one of them.
Yeah.
They're like goddamn statues, Michelangelo and shit.
We might be able to introduce you to one. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I see one right now standing before me.
Yeah.
Michelangelo.
Yeah. And I just kind of flex a little bit.
She slaps her thigh again. She's like, you know how it's done. You know how it's done. This guy fucks. And she just points at acid reflux. She's like, this guy fucks.
Okay, so hold on. I'm recalling knowledge on something you said. So I'm like making sure the details are good in my head, and I'm asking you to
Making a
correct-
recall knowledge roll.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I'm Pathfinder, true and true. So when you said what happened to my hands or where are my hands, that was the parrot speaking.
That was the parrot speaking.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now that was right after we just found. It was right after Sarah said said about the tape recorder that someone put it there and playing on repeat.
Yeah, someone broke in
Gotcha.
and left it on repeat.
Okay, so we're to understand that the tape recorder probably says Wes says 17413.
Yes.
Okay, and then if I actually play that to confirm, and it does say that.
If you, you're handling the tape recorder right now.
Yes.
Okay. If you're handling the tape recorder, you can see it's now broken.
Oh.
And on the play button is smashed in, like broken into it, a hotel pen.
Whoa. Okay.
Oh, like, is it maybe broken?
If you ask Sarah, she will say that she's the one that broke it because it wouldn't stop playing when she came in that morning.
I'm sorry, the hotel pen.
The
I'm
hotel
sorry.
pen?
Yeah. Like, because we have a broken one, don't we?
Yeah.
But is it not broken in that way?
No, it's not broken. It's just smashed into the play button.
So you're
Cool,
saying
okay.
yes. Okay. Now, when I asked Sarah, like, hey, there's a pin, smashed in here, was that you or?
Oh God, no! That goddamn tape recorder would not stop playing. That pin was already in it when I came in the morning, but when I tried to stop the goddamn thing from playing, wouldn't stop. Just smashed to smithereens. I mean, I'm really good with all this tech stuff, but this analog stuff, I just can't. I can't handle it, and it was super goddamn annoying.
Are the symbols on the pin arrayed in a certain way? Can we, make a note of
Yeah, you can make a note of it.
how they're arranged? Okay.
Is it the same? I guess you can tell us now or later, but is it the same as the 3 we have in the green box?
They're different.
They're different.
Yeah.
Okay. Are the ones in the green box are all the same?
They
Or
were
they're all
set to the. I mean, some of them are different. None of them are all the
Which,
same.
Like you seem to be alluding to the fact that what the symbol is sort of inconsequential.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. So this is interesting because I think we only had 3 in the green box, right? I think. Or
Yeah.
no, was there a whole board? But I think there was only 3.
Maybe
There's 3 missing.
I think what I meant was that there was like 3 on the board, and I think Duffy took one, and then one was broken. But yeah, there was like 2 on the board that
So
were on there.
3 total, 1 broken of the 3.
Yeah,
Okay, and now we have a 4th that's also
you can take it if you
you
want.
can take it,
Yeah.
and it's fully functioning. Like I can rotate it.
You can rotate it,
Okay,
yeah.
got it. So there's an interesting story here. Like there's a reason why it was moved theoretically by West. It makes sense that would make sense because she recorded it and then threw it in there. Did it for the parrot so that the parrot would always persist the message. So it's almost like she thought that maybe someone would break it, like for real, before the message got to us.
Mhm.
So I think that makes sense. Like she basically assumed she needed a way. Well, like why couldn't she just leave it in the green box and have us hear it there? So it's kind of interesting. So, anyways, there's a story there. I think there's something unanswered about that. But okay, cool. So we got most of the details about that. That's interesting. Is there anything other interesting about the tape recorder? Anything about it? Like if I look closer.
No, not really.
Okay.
Maybe we had to compliment Topanga to wake Topanga up to start telling us the code.
Right.
Maybe Wes set it up to where she was going to teach the parrot, but we had to make sure we heard the parrot.
Yeah.
But still, it's like, why don't you just tell us if you can send that message?
Exactly. It could have been on a note. Maybe she was trying to like obscure it somehow.
Yeah.
Maybe she didn't. I don't know. Maybe she didn't think that it was more secure with Sarah in her trailer than it was anywhere else. I don't know. I guess we'll. Yeah.
Maybe if West put it in the green box, it ran the risk of getting destroyed like Kevin destroys the phones.
Right. Interesting.
But why not put it in the hotel room? If you can plant the book in there.
Right.
I don't know.
True. Yeah. A little bit of risk. I don't know. Yeah. Okay.
Well, and on the note, to be fair, you guys have already read this. She said that she can't say much more because, like, it might be found out. If she puts all of the helpful things in one place and someone finds it and then, like, it does not helpful, she has to spread them out.
True.
If she's worried about someone else opening up the hatch, even though theoretically the hotel owners have full access to that thing. They built the whole thing around it. So anyways, okay. We got some open questions. In fact, I'm going to write that down. Jake's thinking.
Yeah, I feel like it's enough for us to be able to figure out a part of it, and we're missing something that's right in front of our face. But that's just what it feels like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna ask Melissa McCarthy if she is aware at all with the church.
Ah, the church. Yeah, Grandpap. He had something to do with the church. He's still kind of a little obsessed. But I don't really know much of it. Didn't grow up with it. I just know that, it was part of the history. I've been here my entire life, but never was indoctrinated in any way myself.
Is he still alive? Her granddad?
Yeah, it's Herman. He's usually on the dock.
Oh, your granddad hangs out on the dock.
Yeah. He's obsessed with New York, that guy.
He's obsessed with New York.
Yeah, he has the I Love New York shirt.
That's right. Okay.
But yeah, he always talks about New York. He always wanted to see New York. Says that Frederick was going to take him one day. Just really loves those freaking big boobs on that thing. What do you call it? What do you call that big thing? The
Statue of Liberty.
The Statue of Liberty. Guy's obsessed with the boobs on that thing. Yeah, Grandpap, not a great guy. He's just an okay guy, not a great guy.
Okay, does he speak English? We tried to talk to him earlier, and he didn't seem to...
Yeah, he's kind of a dick. But yeah, he does. He understands English, doesn't hardly ever speak it. He spoke it to Frederick Mallows, his best friend, a lot when they were in communication with each other before Fred died. But yeah, this Grandpap was always like, Fred's gonna take me to New York. I've got to go see the big boobs. And yeah.
Just as a joke, he'll be like, well, hopefully he talks to us, or I might, I don't know, push him into the water or something.
Yeah, like that's. I mean, you could
just take his fishing pole and snap it.
Why? But okay.
I mean, why?
Yeah, rude people.
Yeah, just random, just so quirky and random.
I guess you could, but why? But all right.
Oh, that's crazy. That would never happen.
No, never. No. Yeah, he just enjoys, loves being on that dock. Says it makes him feel closer to Fred.
Huh.
Yeah.
Interesting.
I think out loud here. I actually had a little bit of a revelation, so I don't think you did this, but this would be insane if you did. So when you talk about complimenting Topanga, we still don't know exactly. There didn't seem to have any value out of that.
Right.
So Topanga gave us a number,
Mm-hmm.
and in engineering, in math, there's a way for you to. It's called the first or second complement of a number. It's essentially a way to flip the bits of a binary number, and so it's like there's. I won't go too into it because there's a lot of other parts that spin off of that, but like that would be insane if the number itself doesn't work, but it does if you flip it binarily. So that'd be kind of interesting. But anyways, thinking out loud, that's my pocket now as like a potential thing. Like still didn't go anywhere, and like technically complementing a number has a functional purpose.
And it was 17413.
17413, indeed.
I just want to make sure.
Yeah. Anyways, cool.
I can't think of any other questions for it.
Yeah. Really, I mean,
So
we talked
you guys are with the Coast Guard? Like, what do you... I don't get a lot of visitors up here anyway, especially from the Coast Guard. Yeah, why you investigating whatever your
Big ass fire.
fire?
That yacht
Oh, the
fire.
yachts, the
Yeah,
trust
yeah,
fund
yeah,
idiots.
yeah.
All of them are idiots.
That's why we're here.
Yeah. I don't know why you come to my radio station because of that, but I mean,
Hey, everybody's a suspect. Whoa.
oh, you got me. Handcuffs.
Hey,
Hey, take me with you. Take me with you.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I mean, everything was the same here for the longest time, and then everything just kind of got crazy, but now it's just the same kind of crazy. That fucking hotel was brought up. That thing, I don't know, man. It was weird how they built it. I'm not an architect or anything, but I would say it was weird how they built that.
How did they build it?
They, you know how they build buildings, like, they make
From like the ground up.
from the ground up, you know, that they build the structure,
Mhm.
and then they build things on top of it, you know, ground up. They started building that thing from the inside out. Like, they built right on top of it, and they just kind of made like a little thing, and then just kind of spread out from there. It was just weird, but I'm not an architect. I don't really know the specifics of that thing, but, you know, it's just one of those weird things.
Speaking of weird, have you, and at this point he's just trying to kind of like gossip, kind of gab, because she seems like that sort of type. Have you had any run-ins with the sheriff? What's that guy's deal?
Oh, what an asshole. I don't really... He's not helpful at all. I'm pretty sure Tiffany just pays him off just to be present because it's probably... I don't know, you have to have security present on an island like this, and especially when you have, like, spring breakers. But every time there's, like, something that goes awry, that guy just covers it up for her. Just, I don't trust him. I could probably throw him farther than I could trust him, but you know how that goes. Don't throw cute things.
And this would, this might sound crazy, but have you noticed anything more nefarious taking place? Like, I don't know, people missing, or any deaths, or anything like that?
I mean, the big news was Frederick Mallows died a couple of years ago. No other, like, missing person. I don't really notice a whole lot from my little station up here.
Yeah.
But, I mean, it wouldn't surprise me. It's a big island. Everyone's high all the time. But I wouldn't have any helpful information about that.
Okay. That was very... Thank you for letting me know about the helpful information. That does help.
You're welcome. And she slaps her thigh again, and she's like, pew pew, you boys, anytime you come visit me, I got extra special attention for you all. Yeah. And my cot's big enough for 3, if you know what I mean.
Your cock?
Cot. She has a cot.
Oh, thank God.
But yes, also that.
Yeah, I think I'm good.
Yeah, yep.
And she looks at you and she winks at you again. She's like, you especially. Anytime. Yeah. All right.
And I just walk out.
Yeah.
That's so uncomfortable.
It was supposed to be uncomfortable.
No, I love
it.
I know. I love it. I love it.
That's my favorite character so far.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, I just like, I don't know, I loved her in Bridesmaids, and I was like, I want to emulate that. Okay.
We need more sexually confident people, just in general.
I think so too.
Yeah,
Strong, powerful woman.
that's right.
Okay, we are back with Agent Ace and Agent Strauss. You guys, I think what we decided was they would drop you guys off at the History Museum, and
I
they
was
would
just going to say, I don't think we decided.
Yeah,
talked about
that works.
but-
Yeah,
That works.
logistically, they said that made sense, but anyway, so you guys are at the History Museum now, and the History Museum is one of those old houses that they convert into.
I was
Okay,
going to
yeah.
ask, yeah.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
it's one of those museums.
mean, I've
One
seen-
story, 2 story?
It's 2 stories, but
Okay.
I mean, it's like pink on the outside. It's not that large for being 2 stories.
Or like a
It's-
sign out on this front.
Right, one of those homemade, burned signs
Yeah.
that someone made from scratch.
Probably some flowers on it.
Right. Definitely looks old lady touch,
Gotcha.
Yeah. Is there an old lady who looks just like the other old lady there?
If you knock on the door.
Oh, yeah.
It's
Knock
not
on the
open?
door.
It's just in the business hours?
Oh, the door is open. It is business hours. It is a functioning business.
Okay.
You're right.
Walking right the fuck
Go-
in
go-
there.
Go right in.
You go in,
Who runs this ship? No, just joking.
Who's in charge here?
and you see a woman that looks remarkably like the librarian that you saw.
So,
Yeah.
Except a little bit more like upkept, she has she brushed her hair, she has her clothes are ironed.
This is Flora, right?
This is
yeah,
Flora.
I would walk in, be like, hi, good morning. You must be Flora.
Oh, I don't get many customers this time of year. Usually I just get noisy college kids. It's just so nice to see you fellas.
Yeah, we're just, I just want to take a look at the History Museum, It's an odd little island you got here.
Yeah, if it's an island, want to learn a little bit more about it,
Oh, that is just so sweet. So it's $5 for a look around, but then it's $10 for a guided tour. And she holds out her hand.
I will give her $5.
Oh, $5. That's okay, dear. That's okay. I have information, but that's okay.
Maybe I'll ask you a couple questions after I take a peek
Well,
around.
How long is
I'm
the guided tour?
Oh, guided tour, as long as, I don't rush you. If you're interested, I give you a lot of cool things to know about the island. But if you
maybe
just want to
worth
get your look, you don't have to have it.
All right, would that be $10 for each of us?
Oh, each. And she holds out her hand to both of you, and she's just like,
I'll give her 30.
Oh, that's just so sweet, dear. And then she kind of does the old lady thing where she puts the cash inside of her little bra strap.
Gross. Sweaty boob money.
And she just kind of has her hands together on her chest, and she's just like, "Oh, come in, dears, come in."
So
We're already inside, really.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah. Taking a look around, what does it look kind of set up like?
Okay, so it's kind of like, there's different rooms. Would be the living room, and then the walk-in area, and then there's little curtain, sectioned off area to the left. If you look to the right, you see the pictures of the history of the island, some of the buildings being built and all that stuff. Not all of it you see looking around has, it's not church oriented. If you're specifically looking for church and robes, you
Yeah.
see some.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was trying to see. Does it look set up the rooms are? This is is it chronological kind of thing?
It starts in the right side is the history, the early, and then it loops around to the end, and then you exit, or is it all just smattered?
It's just kind of smattered. It's not
Okay.
super, super organized. If you go into the room on the right and you get a better, clear image of the entirety of the room, you kind of see tucked away in the back left-hand corner is half a scroll.
See, that's what I was gonna. I was gonna ask if that was there.
So
Yeah.
outside of character, real quick, how are we approaching this? Are we going to go in guns a-blazing what the fuck did you guys do? And let her know that we know that they did something back then? And bludgeon her with assholeness? Or are we going to try, what's our approach? I just want to know, we could probably have this conversation while we're outside.
So my approach would be there's 2 things I'm focused on. She actually answered the first one.
Where's the
Spot
scroll?
that scroll.
Right.
And then I kind of want to see if we can get any info about the whatever they did, whatever this ritual. Because the old guy didn't seem to really. What was it? John James.
And Flora wasn't a setman, right? She was just
No,
part of the church.
She was just part of the church.
Yeah, and but so nobody's really had any info about whatever this ritual,
Cool.
whatever
So,
they
okay,
did.
gotcha. So I think we would start there, going through the beginning of, and be oh, were you part of the church that founded this whole area? Right. I mean, last name Mallows. I'm assuming you're probably related to Frederick, right?
Oh, Freddie, I miss my dear brother. He was just a hallmark of our family. He just was the most brilliant man I have ever known. But the church kind of disintegrated after that whole ordeal about 70 years ago. I haven't heard.
What was that ordeal?
Yeah, were you a big part of the church?
Well, I was,
Were you a
but
setman or anything like that?
No, dear. I wasn't a setman. No, I wasn't old enough. I was just a witness, but it happened so long ago. It's just one of those strange church things that, they put little kids through, like baptisms.
What was the baptism?
Oh, well, I don't remember much. But come here, let me show you some things. And then she takes you over to the back where the scroll is, and she's like, this is one of the rituals that the church would have us do, and it can only be done about once every 70 years, of course. But
the other half is with your sister, correct?
Oh yeah, she is quite a character. She is.
Yeah, she hates you.
Oh, she does, unfortunately. I love her very much, but she just can't let go of some things. But to be fair, I've kept some things from her, too.
Like what? She was, her feathers were pretty ruffled when we met her.
Oh, she
seemed to make that she got you because she has the other half of this scroll with her.
Oh, but she doesn't know that I have Frederick's journals.
Oh, really? Is that a part of the museum here, or is that just a private collection?
Oh, I keep those in the back. You see, Frederick was very diligent about keeping notes. Ever since that ritual, he kept diligent notes, and he said, if you can just plan for enough variables, you can predict the future.
Is there a chance we could get a look at those?
Oh, $10.
I already gave you another $10 there. I gave you 30.
I can't tell, son. My eyesight's just so bad.
This old lady's going to try to fleece us. I'll hand her $10.
And she tucks it away in her bra. And she just, assures
It doesn't matter. It's going to be back in my wallet tomorrow morning.
And she, kind of shuffles that old lady shuffle, and she goes behind the curtain on the other side of the room, where it was sectioned off where you guys walked in.
Yeah.
And she pulls the curtain back, and she's like, in Frederick's will, he left these to Fauna, but the guy that was supposed to deliver them got the wrong twin, and I just didn't say anything.
All right.
And she pulls back, and when you get a better view of this room, you see hundreds, if not thousands, of the same black journal.
Oh, Jesus.
All labeled with different year and different month from 1948 on.
So 70 years ago would have been
48.
So it was May 4th. So okay. Is there a way we could take a look at some of those journals and read through them?
Oh,
let me guess, $10.
Yeah, son,
That's
read
what I just gave you $10 for.
I don't remember. My mind is just not with me these days.
Maybe
here's $30. You is you guys any way to get some tea or anything while we take a look at these?
Oh, of course, son.
Yeah, here's $30. Get lost.
Oh, how rude! But thank you for your contribution to the Historical Museum of Nihao.
Anytime.
Yeah, absolutely.
Then I want to grab.
Shuffles off.
I want to grab the whatever is. I'm guessing it's chronological, or is it noted on the covers of?
Yeah, it's on the spine of each one. It's just noted which month and which year.
Whatever is this May
1948.
May 1948.
Okay, it's the first one. It is chronological.
So my guess is whatever happened, that's when he started keeping a journal.
Well, let's read through the journal and see if the ritual's in there.
Let's go to start.
All right.
Let's time read through
open up this ritual. Well, not the ritual. It's a journal. And it just starts off with saying, we didn't know. We can do better.
Okay.
And then it just says, I've spoken to him. He wants to wake up. We are keeping him against his will. We need the absolute awakening. I will find it.
What?
So this is after the ritual happened.
After the ritual.
So it's flipping through, what else is that all he has to say about this particular ritual? Because what I want to get a sense of is I want to, spy through that and grab maybe another book from a couple years later and see if are these journals all relating to this, or is this literally just his personal journals?
These are his personal
that cover his whole...
What's the last one say?
the last
Ooh.
one, like before his death.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's a good call.
So you open up and you flip through it. And I'm guessing you're trying to like speed read through
Right,
this.
yeah.
But yeah, yeah. The last one just says.
Taking photos of every. No, I'm just joking.
The last one says.
That's not a bad idea.
My time is coming to an end. I've predicted this. Everything is going to plan. I've left it with Tiffany. She should be able to take care of it and others. May his awakening be pure. And then he just, yeah.
When did he? Do we know when he and Tiffany got married?
Let's see. Let's say around a few years before the Hemlock was built.
Okay. I don't know if that's information we'd have.
Let's
I
see.
was trying to think.
Hemlock was built a couple years ago, so like 2016. So let's say they got married in like 2011.
But would we know that?
No, you wouldn't know that.
Yeah, so that's what I was trying to say. We could try to go find one for when they were married. Let's go to let's look for around the dates where the Hemlock was built and see if there's anything in there, like what he directed Tiffany. I'm mainly looking to see if there's anything that he told Tiffany to do or any reference to that shed, and I will do a search roll or whatever you want me to do as I'm kind of flipping through that all.
Well, he died before the Hemlock was built.
Yeah, that's kind of
that's
the
right.
thing. Yeah, she bought the island
After.
after and built the Hemlock after.
Yes.
So in the first book, is there any reference to that shed or anything like that?
Not that you see. He didn't like give coordinates.
No, but there's nothing like a holy site or anything like that.
No, I mean, no. He just keeps talking about he needs a pure awakening. He needs to awaken him.
Okay, pure awakening. So there's old lady still off in the other room.
No, you could probably hear her kind of shuffling back at this point with like a little tray and like those little clacking of like cups on the tray.
Yeah. So I kind of like lean over to Ace, be like, "Hey, I mean, we're probably just a guess. Probably just going to be back here again, quote unquote, tomorrow. We should just take these, right? Not going to hurt anything."
Yeah, I mean, if we need them, we need them.
I feel bad stealing from an old lady, but and I will take the first.
I mean, she just took a bunch of money from us.
Yeah.
She's not an innocent person.
No.
She also stole her sister's boyfriend at the time, and obviously
And
these
took
journals
all
were meant
these.
for her, and she didn't
Yeah.
get them. So
You know what? You're right. We can just take them back to the rightful owner.
exactly.
She's
Maybe
not-
that we take them back. We give them to the old lady at the museum and say, "Yo, look what we found. Give us that fucking scroll in the back. We'll trade you for these."
Yeah. Ooh, I like this idea. I'm gonna, because you said there might be like thousands of them,
There's like
like
at
like a
least
shelf.
there's at least one per month from 1948. So there
there's
is
a
a lot.
shitload. So
So I think we'll try to like smooth them out to make it look like
Sure.
there's nothing missing.
And my idea is we take a couple back to her and go, we can get you the rest if you give us a scroll.
Yeah, I think that's a good idea.
Okay.
Perfect. So yeah, we'll steal a couple, hide them on our person.
So the first one and like and the last one. And
First,
the other-
last, and then
There's a couple random in between.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, and she
And
comes.
just hope we get the right answers, or that they're helpful.
And she puts the tea on the table. There's like a little side table and like clack, 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 clack. And she sets them down and she's just like, "Oh, dears, are you getting anything useful?" Frederick just loved information. He loved variables.
It's very, and it's very interesting. And thanks for letting us have a look. Is there? I mean, do you know when he married Tiffany?
Oh gosh, that gold digger. She was
You're not really wanting to talk right now. Let's just be real.
let's see here. I remember I read through the entirety of his journals. It
Really?
was about 2011 where he said he's not able to finish his work. He needs to find someone to continue it on.
Okay, and I would like go for that year and just maybe.
Have you talked with Tiffany since she came to the island?
Oh, she pays us old people no mind. I don't think Frederick wanted me in the business, air quotes, of whatever the Hemlock is supposed to be. I'm not sure what his business was more. He talked a lot about, the church that we were a part of and how we were doing it all wrong and how he needed to correct his thing. You see, being the arbiter was very taxing on his mind. You see, the arbiter has a very special job. They are the conduit of the ritual, if you will.
So what? I've heard people talk about this. What is this ritual? What does it involve?
Oh, son. Oh, the ritual. I mean, it's just a whole bunch of hearsay. It's just old churches believing what they want not, but it was... They had to... Every 70 years or so, the vessel ages, and when the vessel ages, we need to transfer the god from the vessel to a new vessel so they can continue on with their sleeping.
So what is this vessel?
Oh, the vessel. Well, in the journals and in the ritual, we do know that the vessel needs to be blind, like our god. And, yeah.
Oh my god, it's the blind guy gonna go into the kid.
But we do know that, there needs to be a transfer because the vessel ages, and there's nothing we can do about that. So the arbiter holds the hands of the old vessel to be transferred to the new, and for but a moment, the god is transferred through the arbiter. And it's saying that, well, Frederick had a moment with our god, and he,
Interesting.
Yeah, he had a conversation. And apparently that's when this all started. He needed to get off this island. He needed a plan to correct and have a pure awakening.
Like, kind of eyeball Ace like this. He's crazy. Is there anything else you want to do?
No, I think we just need to get that. We need to figure out how we're going to get that half of the scroll out of here.
My thought is, we shouldn't do this ritual. We should just kill whoever's involved. Just get rid of this god. But we can maybe figure that out. But the only other thing I want to think is I want to get in that, I want to look at the scroll, what it's held in. Mm-hmm. Is it just behind glass? What's the deal?
It's just behind glass. That's on a little stand.
And
is it written in English?
You can read it, yes. Oh, half of it.
Right, but it's English. It's not like Hawaiian or anything like that.
No, it's not Hawaiian.
I just want to take note of it because this looks like something I could just smash and steal.
Yeah, you could. Or you can take a picture of it with your phone.
Yeah, let's take a picture of it, and then when we get the other half with the journals, we can marry it up.
Yep.
Yeah.
I like this idea.
But
it's a very cool scroll. I'm going to take a couple photos of it if you don't mind.
Oh, yes. Well, let me turn it around, because Frederick took a lot of notes on the back of it.
Oh, that'd be perfect.
You.
Is there a way that we could get it out of the glass so I could take a photo so there's no reflection on the glass or anything like that?
Oh, son. Oh, yes. $10.
Hey, here's 20.
She tucks it in her bra, and she's just like, it's fascinating. I can't get the specifics of what he was trying to do here without the other half. I can try to tell you, I can tell you that the front of it was written by the church, but the back was entirely Frederick's handwriting, and he seemed to have created his own ritual. And I can't tell you how it works, but from what I gather, the meaning is to encompass the energy of living beings and force the god to have more energy and weaken the vessel. Frederick discovered this in his journals about, putting people through what he called a loop to steal their energy and feed it to our god.
That's why we're getting
Who was the arbiter before Frederick? Do you know who that was?
Oh, I don't know that. But I do know Frederick references the god many, many times. And
does he name it?
Oh, son, the god has many names.
Okay.
He is the Dream Sultan, the Chaos Dreamer, the Blind Idiot God. What lies sleeping beneath this island, my dear, is the great Azathoth himself. And we'll end the episode there.
God damn it.
All right. Well, tune in next week. We'll see what they have to say about that. I remember as a kid, we were driving through Arizona. It was like one of those road trips that you do when you're a kid. And there was like a huge gas station, but they're also selling fireworks right under the big hood thing. And I was like,
that's a good
I remember
idea.
like questioning that. I was like, is that safe? And no one else was questioning it. They were just
Yeah,
selling.
they don't question stuff in Arizona. They just do it.
I don't
It's
understand.
the
sun.
heat's the
Yeah.
heat's too much. It just fries their brains.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It cooks them
They
right in
don't
their
have
skull.
the energy to think.
They
think
do have
things
Waffle
through.
Houses, so that's the one thing they have over Washington. They do have a Waffle House.
see, yeah, Washington has shit food. I mean, I'll just admit that.
So
Everywhere else,
You're
is better food.
insane.
I disagree. Yeah.
Washington has amazing.
We just
food.
have franchises. We literally have no food outside of Seattle.
Are you crazy?
I mean,
are you high?
Tacoma is better.
I'll say-
I'll agree.
Are
that.
you high?
I mean,
say-
you live in Tacoma.
One
That's
word.
Jake.
One word.
Oh.
Teriyaki.
Yeah, teriyaki.
You cannot.
Pho.
You cannot find
Incredible-
good teriyaki outside of Seattle.
Incredible
I promise
Well,
you.
Indian
Mom's
food.
teriyaki in Auburn's really good.
We have pho
No, well, I mean
chains,
outside of
and we
Washington.
have
Yeah.
teriyaki chains.
I do not know what you're talking about. There are 6 different pho restaurants within like 3 miles of my
Is it
work.
near Tacoma?
No, I'm in Federal Way.
Federal Way?
They're all different and they're all
Yeah.
incredible.
See,
Yeah,
that's where I take it
Fedway
back.
is where it's at.
I think
yeah.
it's maybe just where I've always lived, though. That's the
Yeah.
problem. So near Tacoma, even Federal Way had
well,
decent
don't
food.
judge the rest of Washington by your
But
shithole.
okay, the entire east side. We're talking Kirkland,
Or you got
Redmond,
Doofers,
Kent.
dog.
Okay, I mean Twofer's is okay.
Well, you just listed 3 terrible spots for food. Kirkland,
That's what I
Redmond,
mean.
Kent. I wouldn't eat
That's
there.
where- that's where
Yeah.
I've always
Same
worked
with
and
Auburn.
lived.
Yeah, I
Kent's
know what
got-
you mean. I know what you mean.
Kent has really good Indian food. In a couple
Okay,
spots.
They got a couple
for
good
some
Mexican
reason you're
spots,
right
right?
about
It
that.
does, yeah.
Kent
Yeah.
has good, like amazing Indian.
But I know what you mean about the franchises because
Yeah.
even like I'll go eat at like Happy Teriyaki number 9.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
Right.
so yeah.
But
yeah.
is it
Yeah.
a franchise, or is it just they know the name will work and they just slap
Oh.
a number on the end of it?
I don't know. to
I
be
know a
honest.
good franchise.
It's
Mamos.
delicious.
Never heard of it. Yeah.
Oh,
L&O barbecue.
L&O.
That's a
That's
good
good.
franchise.
I've had friends have nightmarish horror stories
Oh.
from like the late shift at Mimo's.
I actually have my own late night horror story from
Yeah.
California Burrito, which is just the new name for Mamos.
Yeah.
It's the same thing.
Yeah.
But daytime, good to go. Totally fine.
And in
Like
all my
terrible
travels,
shits or like fights in the parking lot?
No, like I basically got like food poisoning, and
okay.
within about an
Jesus,
hour
yeah.
after I started eating, it was like
Bridesmaids?
yeah.
the best metaphor I had at the time was it was like imagine a building, and then somehow the top floor crashes down through every other floor all the way through the bottom and just leaves it all hollow.
Oh my
So
god.
that was just everything coming out of
California
yeah.
burrito can melt steel beams.
that. Yeah, don't go there after
That's
about
amazing.
midnight.
I gotta tell this story real quick because it makes me laugh. So I was telling them when everybody got here, we have been having toilet problems upstairs because our toilet's not working. It won't like properly flush all the way down, and this happened once before. And my kid, we bought one of those powered toilets that like it could suck down billiard balls, and so it sucked. My kid dropped a toy into this
The
toilet,
kids like bet.
and it sucked up a toy into like the return pipe to the tank.
Right, because the pipes aren't that big.
So I had to fucking force this thing out. I get it fixed. We're good. Toilet starts doing it again. Having issues. We tell the boys, hey, don't use the toilet. If you gotta go to the bathroom, go downstairs. That night, my oldest wakes up in the middle of the night, takes the nastiest shit upstairs, knowing that he can't flush it.
Damn, a night
And we
shit,
fucking
too.
told him, you gotta come downstairs. So in the morning, we're like, I go in there, and it's blown up. I'm just like, who the fuck shit in the toilet? Like, I didn't say shit. I said, who
Yeah,
pooped
yeah.
in the toilet? And my oldest is like, my oldest is like, oh, I did. I'm like, why? You know you weren't supposed to. He's like, I had to go really bad. I'm like, get downstairs. And then his reason was like, well, I thought it was okay because I didn't have to flush it. I'm like, that's the whole point.
What the
We can't flush it. So now, when I have to clean this thing and I gotta stick
shit.
a hose and like a camera in there, I gotta be like
See.
wrist deep in shit water. Now.
That's your
Thanks,
fault.
dog.
That's your fault.
Appreciate that.
See, he thought he just wasn't supposed to flush it. He's like, oh, I'll just poop and then not flush it. Problem solved. Yeah, loophole.
Poop hole.
And so we were talking about it, and like they're like, well, if we can't fix the toilet upstairs, let's just not have a toilet up there. I'm like, dog, you couldn't shit. You couldn't make it down the steps to take a shit in the middle of the night. Like, we're putting the toilet upstairs. We're fixing it.
Here's the thing, though. If you're night shitting, that's already bad. If you've
Oh,
ever
yeah, I
woken
get
up
it.
to shit, like, that's the most uncomfortable
Oh,
feeling.
100%.
You're like,
Like,
I'm
I'm not-
tired. I'm waking
I
up and I
get
gotta
it.
shit somehow. Like,
When I'm like,
Jake's losing it.
I'm just angry because, like, I'm the one.
You should be angry.
I'm the one. My wife and I are the ones who are fixing this shit. Like, we're the ones trying to fix this toilet. And now I can't. Like, I have to be. I went through all of my gloves that I used to make dice this weekend to get this toilet fixed. And it's not even fixed. Because my other son decided to tell me, like, after I asked him last week, I'm like, did you guys flush anything down the toilet? You shouldn't have. He's like, nope. I'm like, if you're lying to me, I'm going to find out. Because I'm going to find it. Yeah. And so today I'm like, or yesterday I was like, I'm going to ask you guys again. Did you guys flush anything down the toilet? He's like, I did. I'm like, why didn't you pull it out of the toilet like last time? It was greasy. I was like, okay.
All right.
I was like, what was it? He's like, it was like a little shark eraser that goes on the end of your pencil.
Shark eraser.
I'm like, okay, how big was it? And he's like, oh, it was like that, by like that. He like give me measurements. I'm like,
Yep.
if I find that thing and it's wedged in there somewhere, you're going to be in the most trouble you've ever been in your life. Because I specifically asked you last week.
Yep.
So anyways, that's my life right now. Is
So funny.
Obligatory kids are fucking stupid.
hey, if you don't have kids yet and you're on the fence, let that story sway you one way or another. I don't know. Maybe that sounds like fun to you. Maybe it doesn't. But
We're
certainly
into
sounds
sponsorships.
That's
like
my
an
life.
adventure.
Condom sponsorships.
Yeah.
God.
Oh man, I'm
That's
so
good.
if you ever want to be risky with someone else's shit, have kids
There you go.
Ah.
Or be a plumber.
or be a plumber.
There you go. Those are your options.
Ah.
That was the hardest I've ever laughed in this game.
Yeah.
I'm glad because like I couldn't laugh yesterday about it. Like I
Oh,
was,
you'll laugh about it in the future.
yeah,
exactly.
Like we had our toilet on the back. Like this is the second time.
So the fact
In
that
a
it was
year.
yesterday for some reason
Yeah.
makes it way funnier.
This is the second time in a year we've had our toilet on the back porch with like a hose hooked up to it, running water through it. I'm sure our neighbors think we're fucking like just demolishing our toilet. Like
They get home, they're like, dude, I don't know what they're doing over there. They're weaving in the road, and then they just park really quick, and then they take the toilet out back and flush that.
Okay.
Oh, man.
All right. Speaking of shit, it's time for me to DM.
All right.
you're doing a great job.
Oh, thank
Don't
you.
talk about yourself that
Thank
way.
you. I really appreciate that. Thank
Good
you.
job.
I'm only getting great feedback from everyone and no criticisms, and I expect that to always stand true. So
Yes.
thank you for
I have
everyone-
one criticism. Not enough old people to punch yet.
Yeah.
I can fix that. Yeah.
I mean, you can punch them.
Sounds like
You're
mostly
right.
old people.
Maybe this is on me. I should start punching the old people
Yeah,
in this game.
exactly.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Step at the old
You'll
punch
get
again.
it. You'll get your chance.